Achtung, Achtung, hier ist Alex Wright, and you are listening to Chat, Grapple, and Cheat Pops with JB and Chris Dredd. Enjoy it, or I come over and kick your ass.
Welcome to another wonderful episode of Chat, Grapple, and Cheat Pops with me, JB, and the poorly yet best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. I will come to you, Chris, in a minute because I know you're trying to gather your coughs and your splutters. God love you, man. Thank you to everyone that's been checking us out lately. You know, we really appreciate everything. And before we crack on with everything, can we just say thank you, Ireland? Ireland, you are wonderful. You have put us in the charts. So we thank you. Keep listening. I'm sure you find us funny or downright sad, whichever one helps. But thank you. For anyone listening or watching, don't forget to hit those likes and subscribes. You know, we really appreciate each and every one of them. And also thank you to Surfshark, who proudly sponsor this episode of Chat, Grapple, and Cheat Pops. Hit the link in our description right now, or maybe wait till the end, and you will get Yes, exactly. Do it. You will get 83% off plus 3 months free. Is that right?
Damn Skippy.
Yes, we got it. For your VPN and antivirus needs, and also I have been reliably informed. If you place it to, if you set it to being in Germany, you can access all the great, excellent WWE network that you miss, that our American friends miss so much. Fuck Peacock.
Fuck Peacock indeed, bruv. So Surfshark, 83% off and 3 free months. It will do everything it can. It is virus protection. It is VPN. It is unlimited fucking hell. It is unlimited devices. The only virus it does not stop is COVID. And unfortunately, I succumbed to the COVID virus. I was fucked for about 3 days, and I'm still trying to fight it, man. I'm still, do you know what I mean? Bobbing and weaving. It doesn't help that it is like 1,000,000 degrees right now in the UK. It is like the hottest. I think it's the hottest day ever, isn't it?
Quite possibly the hottest day ever recorded here in the UK. I'm not sure if it's hit 40 degrees here, which is, you know, downright offensive.
Yeah, it
might well have done.
It was 43 in the car earlier. I'm certain of that. Hence why I'm wearing the Nigeria shirt, because it feels like fucking Lagos right now, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is mad. Like, hotter than fucking Jollof, bruv.
Oh. Before we get to our main feature, the review, the all-important review, don't forget to check out our most recent interviews. You know, Billy, Ray Lloyd, Glacier, you know, and all those excellent, you know, archives. Sonny Ono.
We got it in the
Max
bank,
Payne,
baby.
yeah.
We got it in the bank. You know, we've got, you know, our backlog of interviews and reviews are second to none. So have a delve into the archives. It's all right. I'll be on point soon. I haven't really spoken to anyone for like a week, apart from my missus when I'm asking her to get me like a bottle of water or a fucking carton of Ribena. You know what I'm saying? So I excuse the the tickling of the, because to be honest, I ain't really even had a cough. Like it didn't even affect me like that. Like I've just been wanting to go sleep all the time. Like it's literally like I'm some like pussy hole. It's just no, I'm too weak. I need to go to sleep. But literally, it's licked me down. But but I'm fighting back. I'm coming back strong. But we had to get this review out. We had to get something done. So
have you run out of Ico Pro?
That's probably why it got me.
Yeah,
because the Ico Pro in my system, the levels just weren't there. The Ico Pro just, I let myself down. I let you guys down. I let Vince McMahon down, you know, and I mean, he's doing a good job of that himself recently.
Oh boy. Well, a lot of people are letting themselves down. Even one of our interviewees, Santino, you know we love you, but don't hire Marty Skull for your show. Long and short, like that's it. End of.
It was mad. Like when we see stuff like that. I mean, but do these guys know? Is it like common knowledge? And I mean, the problem is,
I think it's pretty obvious.
There's a fine line. Okay, there is a fine line of, because people have had this argument with Joey Ryan as well. Okay, so Joey Ryan recently was spotted working in Disney or
Disney, yeah, of all places,
somewhere like that. And I mean, what was he accused of? I mean, what was the thing said against Joey Ryan?
Oh, I think there was like, wasn't there like 7 or 8 that came forward
that said various things of what, that he was groping them, or
I don't have it to hand, but it wasn't pretty when they started coming out. Yeah,
I mean, this is the thing, you know, like it's there's a fucking, yes, there's some right scumbags in wrestling and they've done some scumbaggage things. There's a lot in the UK scene that were kind of called out for being scumbags, you know, and then they've ended up leaving wrestling, or they're kind of hanging around like a bad fart.
Wasn't one of them do delivery driving now?
One of them, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, there's other ones as well, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Ones that we know and we've seen at shows, and that was training people, but that ended up being like bullies and all this kind of stuff. And you know, so there's a fine line with people. You know,
let's continue to keep the bullies and the perverts out of wrestling.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, some people are saying, oh, you know, these people are just trying to get on with their lives and all this kind of stuff, and you're taking their livelihoods away from them and stuff. I mean, yeah, all right, fine. There is an argument to saying if they're not in wrestling, they're not doing anything. They're just, obviously people have got to eat. And then the internet just literally fucked Joey Ryan as well, didn't they? Like he ended up getting fired from that job. So, you know, it's fucked, but don't be a fucking scumbag at the end of the day. It's quite simple, isn't it?
Could have put it better myself. We have mentioned it on 1 or 2 shows lately. We do thank everyone that subscribed, and keep doing it. Keep slapping the bell. Keep doing that thing. The giveaway is on its way. We are trying to sort a few things out, get them in place. You know, you may or may not have heard, but we are on the road to Cardiff. Maybe we're going to tie something in with that. We haven't quite figured it out. There's a few, you know, moving pieces on this board, but we are getting there. There's
a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous. We are trying to sort out. We're not we're not far from Cardiff. If we're honest, we're looking at around a month or so's time.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll check Billy Barty there. Talking about Billy's probably in America right now.
Ready for the Nashville show?
Ready for the Nashville show. I mean, yeah, right. Bro, if I'm honest, yeah, like, I mean, I kind of called it that it would be Jay Lethal versus Ric Flair, but have you seen the whole setup?
Yes, it's now been announced fully. It will be Andrade, his son-in-law, teaming up with Rick to take on. This is hilarious. Jay Lethal and, you know, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
So Double J is apparently going to be a guest referee as well
At SummerSlam, yes.
At SummerSlam. What the fuck is going on, bruv? Like, what is going on?
I wish I knew. Jeff Jarrett is a WWE employee again. He's doing, I don't know what he's doing, to be fair. Like, not really sure what the job title is, but he's working, he's doing his thing. Jeff Jarrett has a creative mind. Let's not take anything away from that. I think one of the only things in Jeff Jarrett's mind that probably needed questioning was to keep hiring Vince Russo.
They're good friends, apparently.
Yeah, of course.
They're good buddies. You know, it's one of them
Vince,
things.
we kid, we're big fans, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bruv. Like I'm looking at my TNA Deluxe Impact Jeff Jarrett figure on the wall in front of me right now, next to fucking Suicide.
Sorry, Chris. For those that are watching us, Chris knows I like a nice big jug.
Who don't like a big jug? You know what I mean? Look at the fucking size of that bastard. Look at him slurping it down like a good one. I mean, me, I've got my ginger beer, you know, slurping that down. I've got my bottle of water. Trying to keep hydrated in this 40 plus degrees.
I've knocked down like 3 or 4 of those today. It's insane.
Mate, I'm stark bollock naked underneath this fucking chair, literally balls to the wall, bruv. So, you know, the only thing that I'm wearing is this Nigeria football shirt right now. But yeah, Ric Flair, bro, like.
That's a nice tie-in. You've got nothing on underneath, and you know you go easily, seamlessly
exactly where
into
I was
Ric
going.
Flair. Yeah,
that's a segue, bruv. That's a segue. We're
robe
professionals.
and
nothing
nothing else.
Do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing the helicopter right now though. But that might keep me cool if I was to fucking swing him about. But it's for me, like I don't know. I fucking hell, like I don't want to be a dick about it because let people just do what they want to a point. But fucking hell, man, what is this match going to be like, bro? I've seen the training videos. Like the man's hobbling around.
Hopefully, 10 minutes of Andrade and Lethal doing their thing. They tag in Flair and Jarrett. He chops him. He, you know, maybe takes one backdrop.
He said he's going to be. He said he's going to be cross-bodying people from the top, fam.
It's almost worth watching, isn't it?
I've
seen it's like I think they're charging $34.99 or something on Fight.
Let me tell you something. I ain't paying for that shit, but I'll watch it. Okay, right. I'm not even going to front, but the
curiosity is the thing.
The thing that I'm interested in as well, on the Friday the 29th, there is the roast of Ric Flair as well, which I will be watching. I've been watching.
They're going to be admitting to crimes on that. I'm sure of it. Mate,
it's going to be fucking brutal, and that's why I'm watching it. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, right? When I was ill with COVID, so last week, Tuesday, I was feeling rough, like Monday night, and I come back from work and that. By the time I woke up Tuesday morning, bruv, I was daffy ducked, as we say in the UK. I was fucked. So I've literally been watching comedy roasts, wrestling roasts, and Wild and Out. Like literally, like I've literally just been watching like fucking rap battles and Wild and Out. So I watched the roast of Bruce Pritchard's comedy roast, and it was all right. Like it was all right. I mean, the wrestlers were fucking terrible, but they're not comedians. But I tell you what, there was some fucking funny comedians on there, dude, and they were killing it. I mean, Pat Patterson was on the panel, yeah, and it was like jokes like, yeah, how cool is it that Pat Patterson's initials are also the favorite thing for him to hold in his hand?
Jesus Christ.
PP, you know, it's just,
oh boy,
bruv, it was golden. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I love a good comedy roast, and a lot of them are like really close to the mark. And it had, I tell you what though, it was really weird. Like Alondra Blaze was on there, Medusa, and she was like fucking brutal. She was calling people like pedos. She was like going in, and it was like, that I don't think she's joking. Like, I don't think she's joking. Like, it was so like deadpan. She was like, this bitch is fucking serious. Like, this bitch is fucking serious. Like, so that's literally what I've been doing for the whole week, is watching like wrestling roasts, comedy roasts, rap battles, wild and out, like literally just in my fucking pit of despair, just watching things to make me smile and trying not to like die of heat exhaustion. So I'm really looking forward to the Ric Flair roast. But like you say, bro, depending on who's going to be there, like, shit, that's going to be brutal, fam. Like, that could be like real touchy stuff.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what else we can, how else we can describe it. I think it will be raw. It will be at times vile.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, for
lots
sure.
of helicopter jokes, lots of dick jokes, lots of, you know,
yeah.
Ric Flair stuff.
Yeah,
Nature.
I mean, yeah, lots of fucking, you know, inappropriate shit. Man, it was so fucking funny as well, though, the Bruce Pritchard one, when they were talking about Conrad, and they were talking about him just looking unhealthy and that, just going, yeah, like, you know, they want to do this with it. He wants to do it within 2 weeks, because that's probably about as long as he's got left. And all this shit. Like, it's fucking, and it was like, and one joke was like, yeah, Conrad's marrying one of Ric Flair's daughters. It's like, motherfucker, how much money does Rick owe him? Like,
yeah, that's
it's like, yeah, daddy owes a bit of money. You're gonna have to marry Conrad. It is fucking crazy. But yeah, I love a good roast. It's been keeping my spirits high. And another thing that has kept my spirits high is this gentleman right here getting me to watch a wrestling show and getting me to write some notes and get on this Chat, Grapple and Cheat Pops podcast and just do some more for the people. I mean, I'll tell you one thing.
For the Irish. That's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for the Irish.
Fucking, I'll tell you what I'm doing it for. What I should have had in the garden. Look at that. Look. WWF Acro Attack
Sweet
Action
Jesus.
Sprinkler. Bet you wished you had one of those motherfuckers. Look at that.
Where does one find something like that?
Oh, in the bowels of wrestling memorabilia. I picked this up a little while ago for literally like next to nothing. Look at it, it's beautiful. So you like hook it up with a hose. Yeah, look at that.
Are we talking about Ric Flair again, or?
Hey, so you know, it's 4 foot tall, 4 foot of awesome wet fun.
Oh,
Hey,
so someone was having fun when they wrote that.
you know what I'm saying? So this is what everybody in the UK needs right now. It is hotter than, I mean, it's obviously official. You can see got the official WWE hologram there.
WWF.
WWF hologram right there. So
that's how old that is,
bro.
It's pre-2002.
Pre 2000 actually. I think it's 98, 99, I think. Yikes. So yeah, I mean, this is been keeping my spirits going. Wrestling, paying, you know, watching what's going on, seeing what's happening. Like I say, I just hope that Ric Flair doesn't have a heart attack in the middle of the fucking ring. Did you see the attack on Rick
by Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah,
and Rick bladed.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I mean, of course he did. Of course he did.
I mean, what can you say?
I mean, this is fucking nuts.
73 years old and he's blading to sell a few more pay-per-views.
You know, and you've got Karen Angle there.
Karen Jarrett.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. She'll always be Karen Angle to me because I'm an old school TNA fan. And again, on one of the roasts, on the Conrad roast, Jeff Jarrett was there and someone said, Karen's the best Angle that Jeff's ever been in.
Oh boy.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Might start checking these out. Yeah.
Bro, it is honestly, it was the something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard roast. It's fucking hilarious. Some of the comedians, dude, were literally just zinger after zinger after zinger. It was just absolutely fantastic. Real, like, fucking laugh a minute stuff. And because these guys like know wrestling, it's got like a, Ron Funches, Ron Funches.
Yeah.
So these comedians are like proper wrestling fans like we are. So they know, they know about wrestling, It's like talking about Stephanie's got PTSD when she hears Pomp and Ceremony, the music, and all this, the Macho Man music and shit. So these guys know wrestling. It's fucking hilarious. If you're like a hardcore wrestling fan, you will love the comedy on that Bruce Pritchard roast. There's been a few. I mean, the Cactus Jack roast is pretty good. But the Ric Flair one anyway. So I digress. The Ric Flair one I'm really looking forward to. Friday the 29th of July, before the event on the 30th or the 31st, I think.
Yeah. So I
right, it'll be it'll be on like Fight TV, or it'll be on other various streaming websites for your delectation.
So you're listening, you're watching, you've already liked, you've already subscribed. I've hoped you packed your bag, because we are taking a little trip. We are not to Cardiff. This isn't the one. We are going to Charleston, South Carolina. Is it South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Charleston,
yeah, baby.
North Carolina. My bad. North Carolina. We are heading off to the North Charleston Coliseum.
Every time I hear North Carolina, I think of Petey Pablo. Remember that tune? North Carolina, come on and raise up.
No.
Take your shirt off, whip it around your head, put it like a helicopter. You remember that tune?
No.
All right, fuck Petey Pablo. I think it was called Raise Up.
Shout I know Petey Pablo, but yeah.
North Carolina. But yeah, just reminds me of that.
We're in Charleston, yeah. So it's a WCW Clash of the Champions 27. 1994. What a fucking year.
Bro, a good year.
For a little bit of context, this should have been so much more memorable. It should have been so much more. Massive, huge main event on free TV, because one man in particular is about to make he's already made his debut. He signed the contract. He's, I was watching some of the build up beforehand on WCW Worldwide and Pro and stuff like that, and Saturday night. And we have to shout out WCW Deep Cuts on Twitter for giving us access to all of those shows that were leading up to this Clash of the Champions. And it's your boy Chris. It's old Double H himself.
Yeah.
The Hulkster.
Yeah.
He is already making his way to WCW. He ripped up his Thunder in Paradise contract, which must have had you in tears.
Oh, mate, I'm looking at the poster right fucking now on the wall, mate. You know what I mean? It is I mean, I love the poster. It's fucking incredible. I'm going to take a picture of it and put it up on the video, because
yes, we will show the poster. We will have a picture for you.
It's incredible. Give a fuck, mate. It's incredible. But
yeah.
Just very quickly, so your commentary team here are Tony, Bobby, and Mean Gene Okerlund, and Jesse
That's
the Body
to kick us off.
Yeah. But also want to have a little shout out and a little a bit of a sad moment to say rest in peace to Cindy Heenan, who Bobby the Brain Heenan's wife, who actually passed away, I think, over the last couple of days, maybe yesterday.
Mike Tenay put something out, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Very sad. Apparently a lovely lady, and she outlived Bobby, but unfortunately, yeah, she's passed away over the last couple of days. So we've got to give a shout out to Cindy Heenan. How she put up with Bobby for all them years, I will never know.
Wow. Yeah.
But amazing, yeah. Rest in peace, Cindy Heenan.
So yeah, Bobby, Tony, and Gene kick us off. Their biggest question marks for the show is who will Sherry side with. Sensuous Sherry. They are avoiding a lawsuit, obviously, because they were threatened with one just before this. Nothing to do with Sherry. We will get to it because it does tie in with this show, actually.
Was it to do with Ray, wasn't it? Was it?
Yes, it was to do with Big Ray. Obviously, the main event.
Sorry, well, quickly, did you see in the opening credits that Vladimir was in it?
Yes, Vladimir was in the opening credits. Good old Vladimir. We are still waiting for that documentary. I'm not sure whether it's on the back burner or not. Bobby Heenan manages to squeeze in an OJ joke, which is, I did like that. And he also said, what's about couldn't Hogan get a date?
Yeah, fucking Bobby Heenan is the fucking GOAT. Bobby Heenan is the actual GOAT. There's no if, buts, or maybes. He's the GOAT.
So later on in the show, it will be Ric Flair and Sting for they will be unifying the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and the International Championship.
Correct.
Good God. And we move on because it's a fast-paced show. It's a Clash of the Champions. It's on TBS.
It's like hour and a half.
It is. It's prime time TV. It's the good stuff. It's not your pay-per-view rubbish. They have to impress, and this is. I mean, if you're going to impress, sometimes you don't send out one of these guys. But your WCW tag titles are on the line to kick us off. It is a rematch. It's from Slamboree. It's the Nasty Boys taking on the champions Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan, who are also with Dave Sullivan. Now, if I remember correctly, and you want to go and check back into one of our interviews, this was a spot that was meant for someone else. This was meant to be Cactus and Max Payne's spot, but Kevin Sullivan pushed him out, and Cactus went with it. Mick,
correct.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Correct. So that interview that we had with Max Payne is, for me, I mean, I know we say this all the time, but our interviews that we've had with these guys are just, some of them are incredible. And the one that we had with Max Payne, he was very, very open and honest about it. He said that obviously him and Mick had a talking after a few years when Mick Foley ended up going on to a TV show, which I'm still trying to get the footage for. Yes. We might have to speak to Max Payne, because he actually said that he was going to come back on with us. It's also hilarious.
Recently he has said that.
But the thing is, it's hilarious, bro. Right, me and you are just two fucking guys in Hertfordshire, in our houses, doing interviews with all these guys, and you've got other kind of, let's say, interviewers who are on various platforms who are literally interviewing the same guys after we're interviewing them. And it's pretty weird, because they've done, after we've done it, they've done Max Payne. After we've done it, they've done Eric Watts. After we've done it, they've done Glacier. So all of these things, anyway, it just makes us, what they say, the best form of flattery is imitation. Yeah. So you can't imitate these two boys in Hertfordshire. Yeah. One of them obviously wearing a fucking Nigeria shirt, but as my brethren Steve says, this Ayimbo got flow. And if you're Nigerian, you know what that means. But it's the interview we did with Max was incredible. It really was. And he spoke about that and how upset he was. Yeah. And watching this show, this match as well, it did make me think about Max.
Yeah, it did for me as well. And I've got it straight away in my notes. It should have been Max's role. Should have been his. It was his tag team.
Yeah.
Him and Cactus, they were in that tag team. And then I'm not sure if Kevin was booking at the time, probably.
Because he was Booker Man, wasn't he?
Booker Man, indeed. And yeah, he's made it, put himself in there. And I don't know, it doesn't. Kevin Sullivan, as a wrestler worker at this time in his career, does not fit anywhere. I'm sorry. It doesn't work.
He was always a little bit out of place for me, because due to his size, a lot of it, he was quite.
He had one style, brawl, and it was messy, and it was, a little clumsy. I wasn't a fan, and I'm still not.
No, I'm not a huge fan of Kev.
Dave Sullivan, I think he was the equalizer before in WCW, and there's a little gimmick change to become Dave. It's already a distraction for me. He's mucking about at ringside. And I always found it weird that technically the baby faces had the person on the side. So they're outnumbering the heels. It doesn't really correlate. But yeah, I also noticed that Kevin Sullivan's brawling is a little snug.
Bro, it weren't just him though.
It wasn't. And there was another bit.
The Nasty Boys are just fucking awful. They're fucking awful. The bell goes to start this match off, and all you've got is Mick Foley getting punched in the fucking face. And he literally has to turn one of the Nasty Boys into the corner and start levering him back, basically saying, hold on a minute, fucking calm down. Terrible. Terrible.
Bobby Heenan continues to dig out Hulk Hogan. It's almost like he is not interested in what's going on. Was it a requirement? And this, sorry, it's a question to you. Was it a requirement for the Sullivans to have Hulk Hogan tribute haircuts?
Well, it was fucking hilarious. I'll tell you what.
Kevin Sullivan reminds you of the drunk old uncle, the short drunk old uncle that needs to impress everyone with his fighting skills and how tough he is.
Yeah. I once knocked out a horse and I was, you know what I mean? Them ones.
Sorry, that just reminds me that Ross Kemp headbutted an horse once.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they're going on about Hogan's just landed in his Learjet and all this.
Oh boy,
and Heenan's just like, I couldn't give a shit. He's like, I don't care. He's like, let him land in the Learjet. Who cares?
It is a clumsy match. Let's be really honest. We've already said about the wrestling.
Oh, it's terrible.
I think we mentioned it before we came on.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, it was a good pop for a Cactus Jack clothesline. The fans are into it. It's a pretty good crowd. You know what? It's not Chicago, so great.
Mate, I'll tell you what, they're running again, AEW running in Chicago.
I knew I was going to get you there.
You're reeling me in. Cactus Jack.
Smaller arena in Chicago.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, but Cactus did this crazy spot where he jumped off backwards off the apron into like the fucking...
like a stage dive, wasn't it?
It was fucking terrible, and smacked his head on the side. Nuts.
Yeah, it's not a long match. Dave Sullivan and Sags have a very stiff-looking altercation outside the ring.
Yeah.
Like Sags looks like he is going for it. Whether or not he is or he isn't, only they know. But he is levering Dave, and Dave is giving back what he can, because the plan spot is to hit him with a crutch. And whilst that's going on, the production team almost missed the finish.
Yeah, it didn't really
They missed the finishing move, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really happen with the crutch either, did it?
No, it wasn't a hard shot. It didn't wipe him out because Sags is trying to roll in to break up the count. It was a double arm DDT from Cactus, and Cactus and Kevin retain the titles. It wasn't good.
No, it's terrible. It was terrible. It was a bad match.
It's not great. And as with WCW, they moved on straight away as well. There wasn't really a celebration. It was like, right, let's take you to Mean Gene.
Here's Gene with a hotline.
Yes, the hotline, the amazing hotline. And they tell you to dial in because, and this has got to be the funniest part of it, you dial in, speak to, the winners of the matches, and you can also hear from Gordon Soley and Teddy Long. What a combination.
Yeah.
That is, man, I'm sad I missed that.
They were like, later on at 10:30, you can speak to these guys.
Yeah. He brings out Sting, who is the international champion.
Yes, and he's fucking off his nuts.
He is shouting about being a shark or something.
Yeah, 24-foot great white shark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's pumped. The crowd is, it's WCW's home base, isn't it? The Carolinas. They are over like Rover in the Carolinas, and Sting is no exception. And he cuts this loud promo shouting, and it doesn't doesn't make you think he's going to lose. He doesn't. The promo doesn't give anything away. It doesn't make anyone think he's going to lose this match. The commentators do enough of that for him. All they were doing all night long in this show was plugging Flair and Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
and that annoyed the shit out of me. But
yeah, I'm sure it
yeah.
pissed Sting off as well.
VT time is the boss, and this is the bit we were just mentioning. The boss, man, Ray Traylor becomes the guardian angel in a video clip where he is patrolling the streets of New York, and I'm pretty sure they did this by design because he is fucking huge next to the rest of those guardian angels.
Oh yeah, I mean, but the thing is, anyone that knows, the guardian angels are like they're like a legit group of people.
Yeah,
like,
security force.
Yeah, basically they used to go around in the ghetto and just fucking, grab up drug dealers and try and, keep the city clean without any weapons or whatever. They used to go, with the red berets and the, red jackets and the white T-shirts and all this. So obviously they couldn't, I mean, this is 1994. So the boss man, Ray Traylor, was the big boss man in WWF.
Yes, he did turn up as the boss, and he wore the old boss man gear for a match with Vader. The fearsome Jerry McDevitt sent one of his letters to WCW offices saying, "Cut that shit out."
See, Jerry McDevitt has done an Aubrey.
Aubrey. He's done an Aubrey.
Cease and desists.
You got to give context on that. Yeah, you can't leave that where it is.
So the news is coming out that apparently, and this is just speculation, we don't know if it's true or not, that Aubrey Edwards, under pseudonyms or under different guises, is actually making copyright claims against independent media people such as ourselves when they're using AEW video content, blah blah blah.
They haven't done anything to us. Just
No, they haven't done anything. To us.
They haven't.
No,
but they're doing it to a lot of other people, like AEW botches, and was it?
Well, some girl.
They did it to Chris Statlander, didn't they?
Yeah, girl on cinema.
Girl on cinema. Yeah,
that got done over.
But the fact they did it to one of their own talent was a bit weird, and it wasn't even AEW's property, was it? It wasn't even an AEW clip. It was her playing the recorder. But because she was acknowledging AEW botches in the clip, they wanted it taken down. So sad.
Oh, it's fucking, I mean, Botchamania has been around.
Yeah, they got Botchamania taken down.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got it back, didn't they? Or something?
Well, no, he's got a different channel called Botchamania again.
Oh.
So, you beautiful bastards. I think it's hilarious how at the end now he uses Tony Khan saying fucking bullshit instead of the Sheik. So Harley Race was the one that stripped the boss of his uniform and nightstick and all of this.
Had to be a public stripping of his.
Yeah,
just to prove a point to, big bad Jerry McDevitt and Vince and whoever else was there at the time, JJ Dillon, I think. He had to become the guardian angel. And in this match, he does come out in his guardian angel get up with the jacket and the beret and all that. He takes on Tex Slazenger, and it is a fucking epic squash.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Good old Midian.
As much as I hate to say it, I don't hate to say it, but it was a squash match on TV. The fans fucking loved it. Traylor's still over. He's still got that big name from the WWF. He's still, probably in a lot of people's minds, he's still the boss man doing boss man moves.
Oh, he's still doing the slide out underneath.
Yeah,
and
he can still move. Move. He's big guy though. You think he went up and down in his weight. You could tell that, when he first came into WWF, he was a bit on the bigger side. He proper slimmed down when he was in that main event run with Hogan and turning babyface and that, and then probably injury was catching up with him, and he did get big again. But he hell of a squash, and it was only couldn't have been more than 90 seconds. But straight after that, they clip us to the motorcade arriving, and Bobby Heenan does it again with an OJ joke. saying, "Oh, I saw this on TV the other day." It was a really nice, slow moving motorcade and this is where Tony, accidentally or not, pushes Hogan Flair too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious. It's fucking terrible. You know, let's get through this event first before you start trying. But again,
well, the main event's so monumental; it needs to be kept.
Unification match. You know,
I get they're plugging the next thing, but
that's Hogan. Hogan coming in demanding to be the fucking in the number one spot, brother.
That's right. The limo does pull up. Out gets Jack Tunney. Sorry, no, he doesn't. Jimmy Hart gets out. Jimmy's booed. I guess past heel management stuff, people would naturally think he's a heel.
Yeah,
he had that one tiny babyface run with Hogan in '93 around WrestleMania 9, all that stuff, and yeah, he gets booed. Hogan's reaction is mixed. I don't think he gets all the cheers.
No, he doesn't.
You're in WCW country. You're not going to get cheered like all the way. The kids are going to love you no matter what at this point.
Yeah.
This is all in the middle of the trial as well, the big trial, the steroid trial.
It's
had a little read into that. Yeah, it's Hogan hasn't testified against Vince just yet. That's coming up, but yeah. So there's so much going on at this point.
Crazy times.
Yeah. And as we cut into our next part of the show, Governor Jesse Ventura is with us.
Another person who wasn't a fan of Hogan.
Oh, absolutely not. And Jesse's gone before Bash of the Beach.
Yeah.
From what I saw recently, Eric Bischoff says he decided he said it wasn't going to work. Didn't want Hogan and Jesse on the same show, blah, blah, blah. Jesse said, they paid me to stay at home. So, I mean, win-win.
Yeah.
But next up, it's the biggest babyface of all. It's the biggest match most of us on this side of the world are waiting to see.
Mm-hmm.
It is a television title rematch, again from Slamboree. Free TV, what a treat.
Amazing.
National hero Lord Steven Regal with his faithful aide Sir William, taking on the dastardly living legend Larry Zbyszko, the champion,
who's over as fuck.
We've had this before in other shows. Larry is over. Larry is so over with the live crowd.
Yeah,
but then you only have to watch a single episode of Nitro in '97, where Larry has to get up out of his seat at the beginning of every Nitro to, go and wave to the fans because they are chanting Larry just over and over and over until he gets up and does that wave. It's probably the best match on the show.
I would say so. But it's Regal. Regal is, he's great. He's, in the ring, it's a heel masterclass. He knows what he's doing. He's playing the crowd,
It's the expressions and everything that go with it. He's so good. And to back it up, I mean, there's a lot of stalling at the beginning, but to back it up, he hits him with a cracking European uppercut. And Larry takes it like a champ.
There's a lot of
there's a difference. There's a difference between what Regal and Larry were doing and what the Nasties and the Sullivans and Cactus were doing.
Yeah.
Stiff for being stiff is no good, but this was a stiff working match. And it's enjoyable. I would recommend this one more than any of the others in this show. So
it was great. There was psychology to it. There was Regal with every time he was going for the cover, he was rubbing his forearm in the face of Zbyszko. He was, when he had him in a headlock, he was smashing him over the front of the face, and that it was great heel work.
In Larry's comeback as well, there is a unbelievable, but it's so good it worked perfectly. Spinning back kick.
Oh, it was great.
Like something you don't see that often, maybe off of Sean Waltman or someone like that, but a spinning back kick which just It looked so good, and wow, we need more of that shit. No more super kicks, please.
Oh, fucking! I'm just glad the Bucks ain't champions anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the spinning back. It's the match is flowing nicely. It does take a bit of a weird turn when they start stalling again, but the Larry's reversal of a double underhook into a pin as well just worked perfectly for me.
Wrestling, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is. Wrestling. You are in wrestling territory. As always, it is WCW in the 90s providing you with that wrestling, because WWF weren't. They were pushing Diesel.
Me.
Yeah, so the finish is a bit hokey on the other side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other hokey finishes in this whole show, but this one in particular, Regal reverses the Boston Crab, and I think does Sir William help him reverse it? And then Regal grabs the top rope, and yeah, and they get a 3 count. But
no, it's he uses a knuckle duster.
No, that's in the other one. That's in the US title.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the US title one has the knuckle duster later on.
Oh,
this one, the TV one. So William grabs his leg. He helps him flip him over from that Boston Crab, and he.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting
holds
confused.
the rope, takes the win, brings the TV title back for the Queen, like he said he would. Huge pop. I'm joking, there wasn't, but there probably was in the UK.
It was
at the
great.
time.
No, it was great because it was heat.
Yeah, good heat. And then we move on to something straight away. Again, not a lot of. I guess they're moving time as quick as they can for TV. They've got to cram it all in, which is neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Mean Gene is with Dustin Rhodes and Arn Anderson. Arn gets a great line and says he'll smack his granny in the mouth for 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Arn is accepting Dustin's request to team up to take on
Bunkhouse Buck.
Yeah, Bunkhouse Buck and Terry Funk. What a team.
Yeah.
And I could tell straight away just by looking at it. I knew what was going to happen there. And as we talk about it now, Arn does turn on him straight away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shock
horror.
Yeah. And we move on to the US title because this one, strange as it sounds, Johnny B. Bad. And I'm going to have to say, he's my winner of the ICO Pro Award.
No, he's mine as well. Yeah, Johnny B. Bad. Yeah.
Johnny B. Bad. And man, what a guy this is. Stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah, baby.
Stunning Steve with his blonde hair and his, as Jesse called it, his Jesse the Body goatee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not what he was going for, but it's good. And I think these fans liked Austin a little bit.
Yeah, I think, where
another wrestler.
Yeah, he was, but again, it was black trunks, black boots.
And just the letters US champ on
his ass. Yeah, it was good stuff, man. It was good. But there's a few guys that would be gone, not long after this show.
Well, yeah, they all sort of start to flip over, and there's a big change in personnel. Almost, I think like some of the guys who move over, I think they're still about a year away from moving.
Well, Cactus left.
Cactus leaves pretty quickly.
Straight away. He didn't join WWF until '96, but he did some ECW stuff. He went to Japan. He done some other bits.
The deathmatch shit, yeah.
There was a lot of people that left within a year or so after this, yeah.
And yes, Stunning Steve opens this match with a good old-fashioned slap. What did the five fingers say to the face?
In it,
he goes straight to it, and it's all right. I mean, the commentary booth, we're talking about Sherry again. This this whole story about Sherry was starting to grate on me a bit. Like, you made your point.
Because
Let's focus.
Because she's coming back to choose who's going to be a guy.
Yeah. But not much to this match. I didn't think it was great. I mean, there's some nice bits, nice clothesline from Austin, nice flying head scissors from Johnny. Like, the crowd were into it, which is always a good sign. But the finish was fucking lousy.
Oh, I mean, there was a lot of that on this show. Lousy endings.
Austin does bring out the knuckle. I mean, look, plastic, but
yeah,
for the sake of this, the brass knuckles, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He does lay out Johnny. And then, for some reason, this never happens when it goes the other way around. Like, another referee turns up.
Yeah, because he puts it under his arm.
Yeah, Randy Anderson comes out, lifts Austin's arm so the dusters fall out, and they're all pointing at it. And as they're doing that, Johnny B. Bad rolls him up, and Randy Anderson counts to 3. Randy's not the original referee. Nick Patrick is.
That's right.
And Johnny B. Bad takes the US title. The crowd are going nuts for it. Fair play. Like, they've got a reaction. They've got one cheaply, but they've got it. Because whilst I haven't followed on from this story, I'm almost certain that Johnny B. Bad is not the US champion at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does walk away with the belt. And I've put here on the notes, no idea if he's the champ or not.
Yeah, no one knows.
And because they cut to the next part of the show straight away, Mean Gene. And here he comes. The Hulkster's coming. He's American made. He's got that, it's real American for WCW. It doesn't touch real American for me.
No.
I don't know how you feel about it.
It's still a good tune. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it, like you're saying, it's not the I am a real American. You know what I mean? I love that classic one with the slow open. You know what I mean?
When I wrote this down, when I wrote down American made, not the same as real American, I did wonder in my head. I remember this because I chuckled a little bit. I was wondering, I wonder if I can get him to sing it. You've sung real American for me. So yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna work. Hogan he says that this is the greatest day of his life. What?
Yeah, I mean, he hadn't smashed one of his daughter's mates there yet, had he? So
yeah, I mean, Hogan had been cutting some funny promos like across 93, 94. There was the one where he said the WWF title didn't mean anything. He only wanted the IWGP title. Like, I don't know. Hogan, very strange. He is, again, not getting the desired reaction that I think naively Hogan was expecting.
I mean, yeah, he was expecting everybody to fucking
because
Ric
Flair gets a bigger pop when he appears on screen.
Yeah, looking all crazy and shit.
Yeah, shouting and ranting and raving. I can't even remember what he said.
He was saying, because Hogan says, I'm going to be wrestling whoever wins this match. And then Flair comes and goes, what do you mean whoever wins this match? It's going to be me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's, well, I think it's pretty obvious and everyone will know who wins this main event. So I have a question. I wrote it down. What do you think they'd have done if they'd have decided to go with Hogan and Sting at the Bash at the Beach? I think there's a chance it could have been bigger than Hogan Flair.
Yeah, I mean, because Sting obviously has his stingers, don't he?
Yeah.
And as you said, not everybody was cheering for Hogan. Not
Hogan
everyone's a Hulkamaniac.
Hogan's had a history of being paranoid that someone's going to outshine him and get a bigger reaction and stuff like that, which is why he's carefully picked his opponents over the years. Like he knew he could, screw over Rocky at WrestleMania 18 and stuff like that. Do you think Sting, homegrown Sting would have had a bigger following against Hogan at Bash at the Beach 94?
Yeah, I mean, from Venice Beach, California, the Stinger. Yeah, I mean, I think equally it would have been a good match, a big occasion, because Stinger had his stingers and he had a really big following there. But again, they were just playing the whole Flair.
No, obviously
Hogan.
they got their biggest ever buy rate off of that Bash at the Beach. So
yeah,
the proof is in the pudding. But I'm just playing around, and I say, thinking, what if Sting would have won that?
Yeah.
Sting and Hogan. I mean, we get Sting and Hogan in '97, which is huge.
Yeah.
But blonde, beach blonde Sting and red and yellow Hogan would have been. Sting, it would have been a dream match.
Sting at that point was still friends with Warrior.
Jim been off TV for a while. He doesn't come back until '96.
Yeah. So because Hellwig and Steve Borden go back years. They both got into the business at the same time.
The Blade Runners.
Yeah, they opened the Dingo Warriors. You know what I mean? Opened the gym together. Good mates.
Our main event commentary team will be Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. They cut to this most random clip of Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
A very young Shaquille O'Neal talking
really
with
young,
Hogan.
Skinny motherfucker.
Skinny Shaq. Talking with Hogan. I mean, Shaq plays a part in the Bash at the Beach, doesn't he? Like in the main event.
Yeah. But
very odd sort of thing. So it is main event time. It is the unification of the WCW World Title and the International Title. It's Ric Flair and Sting. Michael Buffer is going to be our main event MC, which is a WCW staple. Yeah, that geezer must have made so much money off Turner.
Oh, bro, he's made. I mean, we'll talk about Turner as well soon.
Just to turn up on Monday nights and the occasional pay-per-view and Clash of Champions. What a star.
He made his money.
Yeah. This is a huge match to stick on TV.
Yeah,
it's unification.
Yeah, you've got the WCW commissioner Nick Bockwinkel there. You've got Randy Anderson, the referee. It seems like quite a big, like you say, it's a big thing to have on a free TV show.
I think they really wanted what they wanted at the Bash at the Beach, so they had to get to it no matter how it happened. And they didn't have Nitro yet.
No.
Nitro was, they didn't want to put it on Saturday night. Pro and main event and all the other shows are just too small to put it on, or worldwide. So it's got to be now or never.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what the pay-per-view was after the Bash at the Beach, but yeah, they could have done that, put that at the Bash at the Beach and then had Hogan's debut later, but who knows? It was just how they wanted it done. Sensuous, I almost said sensational. Sensuous Sherry finally makes her way out to the ring after the whole evening of what is she doing? Who is she after? One of the episodes of WCW Saturday Night I watched beforehand.
Yeah.
She was out there scouting Brian Pillman, so I was wondering what's going on here. But no, she does turn up. She removes this little mask she's got on, and she's wearing Sting's face paint. I think Sting's as confused as all of us.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but Sherry has apparently turned babyface. Did she leave the WWF as a babyface? Wasn't she working with Luna?
Trying to think.
Towards the end, I'm pretty sure she had a little run-in with Luna Vachon, and then that was it for her.
Not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going off the track again there.
No, that's fine.
That's what we do.
That's what we do, baby.
Yeah. So it is a huge match to stick on TV. These two have wrestled hundreds of times. So the match is not any different, really, than what you would have seen at Great American Bash 90 or, even that Clash of the first Clash of the Champions. They even made that a point of that. The main event of the first Clash, Flair and Sting, which went on like same night as WrestleMania or something.
So There's also a couple of weird things that happen in this. You've got Ric Flair arguing with certain people in the crowd, and Randy Anderson has to like go out and kind of drag him back into
The
the
old
ring.
hold me back routine, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how legit it was. It seemed pretty legit.
He singled that one person out. It wasn't even front row.
Yeah,
It was
it's
a couple
weird.
of rows. I think Rick knows what he's doing. He's going for someone not front row, a few rows back. They can't get to him, and Randy's there to pull him back as well. I just think it's old fashioned heel work from Rick.
Okay, yeah. It was just weird because usually the ref would just count him out or whatever, but
there was a little altercation. Like Bobby Heenan is playing cheerleader for Ric Flair in this, and Rick at one point gets up and just goes and shoves Randy Anderson.
Yeah, and then Randy gets all pissed off and he's like, "Don't touch me! Don't, I'm the referee."
And here's where I feel it's different. It's not a referee stealing focus.
No, it's not. It's being part of the story.
It's a referee being a part of the story, not making silly faces or grabbing a body part whenever someone does something. It's a referee that's enforcing his rules and being stern with that guy who's, for no apparent reason, got up and shoved him.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot to be learned from people that simp. And I use that word, for the first time on this show ever. It's people that simp for referees that pull faces. And
these motherfucking referees don't know how to do their job.
We only have to. You can catch the clips. They're not difficult to find on our YouTube page. Our good buddy Marty Elias, the referee of one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yep.
Making a very, very valid point that the people who run these shows don't give a fuck about what these refs do.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not, because one of them's going around copyright striking everyone and anyone that disagrees with what she does.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
That's fucking nuts, bro. Trust me. Talk about full of yourself. She's fucking full of herself.
And sorry. So we've moved past the point again. Yeah, Randy Anderson gets involved, but that's it. You don't notice him other than that.
No.
Sting no selling the chops is I always find it. I always think it's cool. Like Hogan starts doing it as well later on, which is but that was the one move that Sting would no sell for Flair, and like it worked every time.
The chops, yeah,
because eventually the chops would start to wear him down. It's not like flippy spot fists when nobody like sells a damn thing.
Hawk not no selling fucking pile drivers.
Yeah, no, that one's a bit weird. And it was the same thing with Flair. Always miscuing the atomic drop.
Mm-hmm.
He would always get it. He would always do it lazily, so they didn't have to sell it.
Yeah.
Like it was the same thing with Roddy Piper. When he do it with Roddy Piper would just poke him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas Sting would, lay him out or do whatever. Like there is an art to no selling, and you have to pick your moments, and it has to be right. It has to be something as simple as a chop, or a punch, or a headbutt, or because Haku and some of those guys never selling headbutts.
That's right.
There is a method to it, and no selling every super kick you take, no selling everybody's finishers, and it just bugs me.
I mean, Sting's still no selling in AEW right now, pretty much everything. He no sold a titty twister.
I mean,
you seen that?
I did see that. He no sold the titty twister. I remember him no selling some of Orange Cassidy's kicks as well. Mm. What a fucking rabbit hole this is to go down.
No, trust me, bro.
What else? He no sold something else as well. Was it from the Bucks?
Yeah, he was no selling super kicks, I think.
I mean, they look weak as fuck anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he did the world a service by no selling. I think everyone else should do it. But no, Sting no selling chops. That's fine. Like but like I said, later on in the match, he sells for him because he is starting to be, he's beaten down a bit. His chest looks raw as well towards the middle and end, which just shows that it's good working.
Yeah,
and the crowd are into it, which is nice. The crowd, I don't think I've ever seen a Sting and Flair match where the crowd aren't into it. So.
Yeah, it was good.
And it's weird. Like, this match just takes a weird turn. And
it's weird because at some point Sherry gets involved, so she's down on the floor checking Sting, seeing if he's all right, and that, telling him to get up and all that. Flair's telling her, "Shut your mouth, shut your damn mouth."
Bobby Heenan asks if an Oreo exploded in her face.
Yeah,
which was a good line. Sherry does take an awesome bump.
Yeah,
off of that crossbody from Sting to the outside.
Sherry,
like,
amazing.
Yeah,
one of the best.
Yeah, we've spoken about it before. We had got mad love for for woman and but Sherry as well.
Yeah,
and go back and watch it. Go back and look at how good Sherry is in almost everything she does, whether she's working with Savage as Sensational Queen Sherry. I can't remember if she did a lot for DiBiase.
She did a few bits, yeah.
Yeah, and working with Shawn Michaels and that thing with Rick Martel and all that, like that was like later Sherry, and even working with Luna. I remember there was a really like crazy brawl they had on Monday Night Raw. Like, oh, it's 93.
Yeah, I mean, Shawn Michaels said that Sherry was amazing with him and for him,
And yeah, the crossbody that takes out Sherry sort of puts Sting off his game because it's a roll up and we're out of here.
That's right.
He grabs the tights, and it's done. Crowd, I'm not sure if the crowd were expecting it.
No, it was a very abrupt finish. But then
do you think they got told to hurry up?
But maybe, because you know why? Because Hogan probably wanted more time at the end.
Well, he does get more time at the end. Hogan. It could be that Hogan wanted more time. It could be they were pressed for time.
Mm-hmm.
Much like AEW on TBS right now. Like, you could be 1 minute looking at Moxley holding the interim world title, and then you cut to the opening credits of American Dad.
Yeah,
it's a normal thing on American TV, but yeah, we move so quickly because we don't get a unified world championship celebration that we deserve, and that Ric Flair deserves, and that the match deserves. Let's move on because it was a setup all along. Sherry hugs Flair.
Yeah, and they start beating the shit out of Sting.
They do.
She gives him a couple of splashes.
They were good.
Yeah, takes her shoes off, and that's it. She's away.
And like we said before, this was just a setup for Hogan and Ric Flair to meet at the Bash at the Beach, and this is something we didn't talk about. It's because WWF, when they had Hogan and Flair on the same roster, didn't put them together on pay-per-view, which was clumsy. I think it was a bit strange to not put them on. They had them on a house show run, which did decent numbers, and like you can see the really, really grainy footage of fan-held cameras where I think they did the old double finish a couple of times where they think Flair's beaten Hogan and won the world championship, and then Jack Tunney probably comes out and reverses it, and they have to carry on, and Hogan will eventually beat him. But they never stuck those two together in a singles match on television, on pay-per-view or anything. It's just a Saturday night's main event where they teamed up, or Hogan teamed with Sid, and it was to do with the Sid turn.
Yeah.
Why do you think they didn't do it?
I mean, why does anything ever happen in wrestling? I mean, we never know. Sometimes the mad.
I think it costed themselves money by not putting that one on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But history is history, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we do finally get Hogan and Flair one-on-one at the Bash at the Beach, which is coming up at some point. Yeah, maybe we'll have to watch that one soon. Hogan straight away, because he ends up clearing Flair and Sherry off, and now he's threatening to get Uncle Ted involved.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. If it's
bitch.
not fucking if he's not threatening to get Jack Tunney, he's getting. I'm going to bring Ted Turner down here. Fuck off!
I'm going to drag him down here and give it a rest, man. That's all we now as adults remember Hogan for doing.
Yeah,
is just
whining,
playing lawyer ball, every week. You all saw it. Where's Jack Tunney? The Undertaker and Flair cheated me. Like, give it up, man.
Have a day off.
Yeah,
I mean,
PhD kid.
Yeah, I mean, have a day off, please, bro.
And I've got here, some things never change. Hogan using all his political powers, creative controls. And they do, we're going to have a contract sign and you're going to face me, blah, blah. What you going to do, brother? And that's it. That's the Clash. Short. It's a short show, and it's, and I think it's probably best that, poor Chris watched a shorter show than, some sort of 3-hour mess that he would have fallen asleep through like once or twice. But I mean, it is great watching those old shows. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, we love it. That's why we do what we do, And
we hope that everyone else is enjoying it too. We hope that everyone else is feeling good and doing what they do. And
I mean, we always say, watch the shows that we've watched, go back and watch it. Don't just take our word for it. Go back and watch it. I mean, I've watched quite a bit of wrestling this week, but I've been watching my old VHSs. So I've got one of what's it called? It's like called Battle of the Brits. I've got some really old wrestling tape, and it's got like
some World of Sports shit.
Yeah, well, it's got Rollerball Rocco versus someone, but the main event on the tape is actually a Catch Wrestling Association match between Otto Wanz and Bull Power, aka Vader.
Vader, yeah. Big Leon.
It is a fucking brutal match. It is absolutely savage. I was watching it yesterday, it was like 1989 or something like that. It was mental. But you've got Alex Wright's dad there as well,
Steve.
getting involved with Otto Wanz, and it was like the World Championship match. Vader's there looking hench. Otto Wanz is just massive himself.
It's funny you mentioned VHSs, because I'm where I sit, and do these podcasts at the minute. I'm at a desk, and underneath that desk is a fridge, because it's me, and there needs to be a fridge. I can keep me cans and my snacks. And your bollocks in there.
Yeah,
a day like this, yeah. And on top of that little fridge is my VHS tapes. And obviously, I can't really see it that well there. That's always going to be there. It's always going to be. But this one, a $3.99 classic. I don't know if you can see that.
Superstars of the 90s?
Yeah, the best of the 90s. Yeah,
I got that, bruv. Yeah,
what a classic tape that
mate,
is.
There are some amazing. I mean, I've got some some of my VHSs I'm just really proud of. I've got some USWA stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got some really early USWA stuff. Got some WWF stuff. Got some Mid-South stuff on video. I've got UWF. I've got some fucking crazy shit, but I've got a lot of UK wrestling tapes, and this one, maybe we
might have to check out older Bull Power and Otto Wanz.
Yeah, so it might. The match itself is on YouTube, but I don't know if the whole VHS that I've got. It's like a Mick McManus Battle of the Brits, so it's called something like Wax and Bangs and Crashes and Wallops or something like that.
Ooh.
The videotape's called. It's weird. I'll tell you what.
You sure it's wrestling?
Honestly, bro. It's called Grappling Giants, the best of wrestling, and it's got Pat Roach versus Giant Haystacks. Pat Bomber Roach. It just amazing. Like, some of the matches on there are just incredible. And I don't know if you can see it. It's there. That's the front.
Big man.
So it's called Grappling. The
Giant
best
Haystacks, for those that don't remember, Loch Ness in WCW.
They talk about that as well. The best of grappling. What is it? The best of wrestling grappling giants. Let's see if it's on YouTube. And it's got Mick McManus.
Some of those old World of Sports great, some of the classics.
Oh, it's incredible, bruv. Like, Rollerball Rocco is in there doing some fantastic wrestling, bruv. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Before strong style was a thing, you had British wrestling, and that's all we called it.
Yeah.
Just British wrestling.
It was 12 rounds of 3 minutes or whatever, you know. It's just a great video. So yeah, it's called The Best of Wrestling Grappling Giants. That's the VHS I watched yesterday, and we will review it, man. We will. I mean, I could even upload it onto YouTube, onto our channel. I mean, if I can rip it somehow.
If you can, maybe we can do some commentary.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be great, because you've got. I mean, some of the matches. I mean, I don't know what the copyright thing is. I mean, it's probably over. Trying to think how old it would be, like 30 odd years old. It's like a Pickwick video presented by Mick McManus. You know, it is just, it's incredible, dude. So just absolute incredible stuff.
Would people be interested in the live commentary stream of the Battle of the Brits, or, you know?
Well,
is there a demand for Chris and myself to be? You know, you can sit and watch this show with us, and we will chat over it, and we will do our best to call every move, every hold, every wrist lock and wrist watch.
Do you get me? Because we do know a wrist lock from a wrist watch.
So that was Clash of Champions.
It was.
It was a fun, weird, good and terrible little show that did just enough to get your appetite whet, so to speak, for Bash at the Beach.
Yes, correct, for Mundo.
And I'm not sure I don't think we're going to be reviewing Bash at the Beach next. I think we could be looking heavy on this British stuff, but
yeah,
who knows what comes next, because we don't really know.
No, we ain't got a Danny LaRue, as they say.
Danny LaRue, a Scooby Doo, whatever
That's
you want
right.
to call it. We haven't got, as usual, we haven't got the greatest plan yet, but as always, we have to thank everyone for sticking around, for listening, for watching, for subscribing, for liking, for sending messages, retweeting, whatever, all of that crazy shit that people tend to do now. It's a social world, it's social media, it's everything that comes with it. And we love you for it. There's no other way to put it.
No, that's right. We do. We love you for it. And I'm quite excited about the possibility of uploading this VHS, bro, because, me and you watching it live, doing a bit of commentary over it, and just letting other people watch it as well. I'd fucking love it. We could get on there doing it. We could get one of our British favourites or one of our European counterparts, like maybe Alex Wright or someone like that, to at least do the main event with Otto Vance. Because that was in Nuremberg, Germany.
Sounds good. We might have to hook something up.
Yeah, man.
Well, you're going to be the technical guide on this one, though. You're going to have to find a way.
We can stream it on this, and we can have another stream coming in. I'm pretty sure you can watch a video, so we can all watch it.
Which is.
So we can hook that up. We'll have a little look after the show and see if it's a possibility of doing it. But where there's a will, there is a way, and we will get that done because it's something different, something new, and something fun. So we'll get on that and see if we can do it.
Well, we're always trying to be fun. We're always trying to have some fun and then keep people interested and keep them laughing. Because most of the time we just take the piss out of ourselves.
Absolutely. And
when I say this, I mean I take the piss out of Chris because I have a new clip. Something Chris does not know about. I have a new clip ready to drop very soon.
Jesus,
I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Yeah, I've got a couple of places where it's going to head.
Allow me. Yeah, I'm still trying to get over the old COVID. You know what I mean?
You coined the phrase, "Just give me juiced up dickheads." I had to do something with it. Big meaty men slapping meat. That's what he wants.
Fucking
so that's what we're going to
give
him. So keep your eyes out for that. There is going to be a fun little clip, with Chris.
Sweet.
It's not him hugging Tony Khan. I think I've done enough of them.
You can never have enough of them.
Well, he can't. He loves hugging you. So
of course he does. Because I'm the plug.
The plug?
Yeah, I hook him up with his baby powder. Yeah.
What do you think he loves more, hugging or beak?
I think there's no contest, bruv. There's no contest. He's a big freak,
Can't get hyped off of hugs.
That's it, man. Man cannot get high off hugs alone.
Can't get hyped or wired.
You get me?
Oh dear, yeah. I know you're not feeling too good. I'm gonna make you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because we'd always talk about YouTube. We always talk about that. But as the Irish demand it, we need to tell them where they can find us to listen.
So we're on all podcast platforms. We are on Podbean, Spotify, Deezer, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Listen Notes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on every single fucking podcast platform available. Please check us out on there. Give us your reviews, like us, subscribe to our RSS feed.
Give us that Rob Van Dam 5-star frog splash.
Trust me, dude.
5 stars is what we need. 5 stars is what we love. Give us one of those nice reviews that you give everyone else when you listen to your cooking programs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or the geezer that chugs all the drinks. I know you like him.
Badland Chugs, baby. Badland Chugs. Shout out Eric Booker.
Yeah. So please continue to do that. We really do appreciate everyone that's getting involved and sticking out a review or commenting or doing whatever. And with that, I think we can say thank you very much. As always, I'm losing my voice as well now. IBJB.
Yeah, bruv.
The man sitting next to me, if you're watching this, is the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. Chris, I hope you feel better soon.
Cheers, buddy.
We're going to need you for one of our 3-hour messes at some point.
Oh, you done know. I'll be there, baby.
So thank you so much for sticking around. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Peace.